SCP Object Item Number 5608. Object Class: Keter. Special Containment Procedures. Due to a current lack of understanding of SCP-5608's source, containment is impossible. All affected individuals are to be contained and surrounded by individuals with thought paradigms that disagree with their own. Tests of the efficacy of amnestics to counteract this anomaly are ongoing. There are currently 5 affected individuals in containment, designated Persons of Interest 5608-1 through -5. Foundation assets stationed in police forces and campus security are to monitor for and investigate any and all reports of stalking behavior. Currently, the only known way to halt the effects of SCP-5608 is to allow the affected individual to consume at least a portion of the gray matter of their target's brain. Description: SCP-5608 is a rare anomalous form of synesthesia. Footnote: a neurological condition describing a person's senses getting mixed up, such as hearing colors, tasting sounds, etc. Persons affected by the anomaly are able to perceive tastes based on the thoughts of those around them. Increasing physical proximity between the affected person and the other individuals increases the strength of the taste. Additionally, affected individuals have reported that thoughts that mimic or complement their own have a pleasant taste, whereas thoughts that are counter to their own are disgusting. Affected individuals have described complementary thoughts as sweet, savory, pleasant, and overwhelmingly powerful. There is a significantly greater variation in the description of unpleasant tastes, comparing them to the affected individual's least favorite foods, as well as various varieties of animal excrement. Individuals experiencing SCP-5608 have a very high likelihood of developing a psychological addiction to the pleasant tastes. During a containment interview, Person of Interest 5608-3 commented, "Imagine the best thing that you've ever tasted, and you can only ever taste it again if you're near a specific person. Wouldn't you want to spend more time with them?" Discovery: SCP-5608 was first discovered when Foundation agents within the Cincinnati Police Department interviewed James Connors, incarcerated for murdering Matthew Harper, a classmate at Xavier University. An excerpt of Agent Jacobson's interview with Connors can be found below. Interview 5608, Connors. Beginning of interview omitted for brevity. "All right, we've got that all squared away. Now, can you detail the series of events that led to you murdering your classmate, Matthew Harper?" God, can you not be so cold about it? I feel terrible about all of this. Matt, he didn't deserve that. I still can't believe Ugh. Listen, kid, I'm not a counselor. I'm not here to make you feel better. I'm here to get the facts, to figure out why a college student with a bright future and no history of aggression or neurodiverse traits was found with brain matter in his... Jesus, man, I get it. I think it started a few weeks ago. I was walking around campus and suddenly I taste this... something. I can't even describe it. It's like how good pizza, ice cream, a good steak, and my grandpa's homemade root beer taste, all rolled into one, and multiplied 10 times over. And you had not partaken of any illicit substances? Hell no, man. I've been to too many parties where people OD or get jacked up and do some crazy shit. I have a drink now and again, but that's it. You can fucking test my piss if you want. Perhaps later. So, you tasted something strange and good. What happened next? Well, God, this is gonna sound stupid, but you ever see those old cartoons where someone smells a pie or something and the smell pulls them along by their nose? I'm familiar with the trope, yes. Well, it was like that. I just followed the taste, and it led me to Matt. Was this surprising to you? I mean, not any more surprising than suddenly tasting some unknown ambrosia. Right. So, Mr. Harper was the source of this taste. Did you inform him of this? Are you fucking insane? How do you even tell someone that? Hey bro, no homo, but when I'm around you, I taste something fantastic, so let's hang out more. No, I didn't tell him. Understandable. So what did you do? Well, I had a few classes with Matt, and we studied psych together on weekends, so we spent a lot of time together anyway. But after a while, it wasn't enough. What wasn't enough? The time. I needed to be around him more. I wanted to taste it every waking second of my life. So I started accidentally running into him at football games, the cafeteria. You started stalking him. No, I was just... Fuck. Yeah, I guess I was. God damn it. I started skipping classes and following him to his. I skipped meals. I followed him home. And what led you to consider cannibalizing him? Jesus fucking Christ, can you not say it like that? I'm not some psycho Jeffrey Dahmer asshole. I needed to taste more. Nothing was enough anymore. You were addicted. That's putting it mildly. Can you describe to me the events that led you up to killing? It was Friday night after a party. Matt was hammered as hell, and I was the DD that night. I stuck around him all night, and the more he drank, the stronger the taste got. He was a giggly drunk. The guy that always says, "Oh, I love you guys," when he drinks. Anyway, I drove him home. The taste was so intense, so distracting. I almost T-boned someone. He was stumbling around when we got to his apartment complex, so I helped him inside and up to his place. I helped him get his shoes and coat off and get into bed. As soon as his head hit the pillow, he was out like a fucking light. And for a few minutes, I just sat there, tasting it. It was better than sex. Better than the best sex you can imagine. It was heaven in my goddamn mouth, and it still wasn't enough. So I grabbed his advanced chem textbook and I hit him across the face. And then again. I hit him in the temple with the corner, and I didn't stop until it was like I was bathing in the taste. Once there was a big enough hole, I stuck my fingers in and I fucking pried his skull open. And then I ate his fucking brains. I scooped him out with my bare hands and I ate him like it was my last meal. I didn't really come to terms with what had happened until it was done, and then there I was. My friend's blood and hair all over my hands and the worst aftertaste ever in my mouth. You know the rest. Can you say with confidence that it had not been for the sudden appearance of this taste, this wouldn't have happened? Fucking A, yes I can. I never wanted to hurt Matt. It was all I could think about. Nothing mattered anymore but getting more of that taste. Now I'm going to prison for the rest of my life, aren't I? You will certainly be detained for some time, but it won't be like any prison you know. I'm so fucking sorry. I wish I had never tasted that whatever it was. What about Matt's family? What did you guys tell them? The police are handling that side of the investigation. However, I can guarantee that you will not be named. In fact, Matthew's family will soon forget you existed entirely. Thank God for that. End interview. Post-interview note. James Connors was designated Person of Interest 5608-1 and was interviewed thoroughly by Foundation agents and psychiatrists. It is clear that he exhibited symptoms of a strong psychological addiction, but it is as of yet unclear if the addiction was anomalous in nature or simply a result of the anomalous taste. Research into this, as well as possible sources of the anomaly and any methods of combating the effects, is ongoing. We are unsure if this anomaly may return, so Person of Interest 5608-1 is currently declared as indefinitely contained. Dr. J.C. Honors. Addendum 5608-A. Person of Interest 5608-2 was placed in a standard humanoid isolated containment chamber to determine if an absence of exposure to outside thoughts could counteract the effects of SCP-5608. The victim was discovered several hours later, deceased, with the following injuries: 3 fractured digits on the right hand. 2 of the fractured digits had their fingernails torn off, which were found embedded in the skin of their right temple. A self-inflicted puncture wound through the victim's right temple, outlined by severe bruising, and traces of gray matter in the victim's mouth. The content of this recording is released under the Creative Commons by Sharealike 3.0 license. Attribution credit goes to the original author, Doctor Fullham, of the SCP Wiki. The original article can be found at www.scp-wiki.net/scp-5608.